What's up, YouTube gang? So I wanted to make videos on the stat changes I've seen from the website. I was covering this on my Twitch live stream Xraypc, but I didn't want to like take that. I was like really spread apart. I was using the restroom in between, and like sporadically going in between all the different characters. Like, oh wait, what about this? What about this? What about this? So this is not like a reaction, like first time reaction to the stats. I've already seen the stats, so I'm just gonna go over based on classes who what stats. So we're starting with Captain America and the Vanguards, or tanks. Tanks, DPSs, and healers, or healers are like strategists is what they call them in this game. So we're gonna start with the Vanguard characters. Captain America is the first one we're gonna look at because he's the first one on the list. His base stats are 650 health, movement speed at 6. I'm pretty sure every tank's base health is unchanged. The only thing I can think of, the only things that are changed were the passives. If they gave people extra health, or if they gave people team up abilities, they lost 50 health. I think Thor is the only one is staying at 600. If I remember correctly, he was always at 600 health. He was always at 500 health that gained 100. I'm pretty sure he's the only one that's like untouched with that. But Groot and other characters are like 150. He benefits from Thor, so he doesn't get the extra health. So they put his health at 650 for it to make sense. Every tank is generally around 650 to 800. His left click 40 was it 40 damage? Oh, here it is. 40 damage into 45. So it goes melee hit, 40 40, 45 45 with both the shield throws, and they don't bounce only unless you have a Thor. Then you have an ability that you proc. It has a 20-second cooldown and lasts for 6 seconds. And now the 2 shield throw, or you have a permanent shield throw as your left click for the next 6 seconds, and they do 50 damage each throw, and they can bounce 1 time. They can ricochet off and hit someone else 1 time for half the damage. So the ricochet will hit some random target for 25 damage, whatever target's within the radius of the person. I think it has to be a pretty close radius as well. I don't think it says that I can throw it up to 25 meters, but when I was watching a video of the dude using it, it was not bouncing far enough, and I only really got to try it in the shooting range as well, except one match, and I didn't really pay attention. It was like I did like a custom match on the creator client like months ago. So when they first announced this character, I think it was during Summer Games Fest. I can't remember. I think it was Summer Games Fest when they announced them. So I don't really remember how far it could bounce in the actual match. It's definitely not 25 meters. The 25 meters is only for the initial throw. And so yeah, your combos 80 plus 90, so it's 170 total damage. So as long as you're looking at the right person, you're doing 170 total damage. I don't get why it says up to 4 throws, because it's not like it's regenning this one. It's just your left click. But the only thing that makes sense, I think, is this one, because this one is permanent shield throws. Yeah, I don't really understand that. It says up to 4 throws. But you only get, it's like left click, and then your next 2 left clicks is shield throws. After that, it's just melee, shield throw, melee, shield throw. I don't really get that. I hope they explain that in the game. Hopefully in the game it makes more sense, but yeah. And Freedom Charge is your ultimate. So pretty much, trying to think. Okay, so Dom Trooper from Gundam Evolution, if you guys ever played that game, it's similar to that. You pop this thing, he puts his hands up in the air, and then you see like this after images of him, and anyone that travels through those after images will gain movement speed and bonus health. They'll get shield and stuff. So he gains shield and movement speed, obviously it's for him, but then anyone behind him also will get the 30% bonus movement speed. He gets 150 health and grants allies 100 bonus health. Every second afterwards, he gains 110 health, and they gain only 60. But when you see bonus health, it just means shielding. It's just shielding. So anytime you read on this website, if you guys go here, I'll link it in the comments down below, and you see bonus health is just shielding. But yeah, so he's literally like a Dom Trooper, which is why I think I'm gonna probably end up maining him. I really like Dom Trooper, and he had like Dom Trooper had insane movement, and his ulti was really good for team fights. This guy's insane movement, really good like auto attacks, really good kit, and really good for team fights. So this is probably gonna be my main tank. Other than I want to play all the tanks. I'm gonna tell you guys about another one that got buffed. There's a couple got buffed and a couple got nerfed. Pretty much it's only buffs and nerfs. But I think everyone got touched even slightly. I think Captain America got slightly touched. I don't think he got buffs or anything, but this is just his kit. Hurl energy shield. His E is just a straight up shield throw, and this is the one that bounces. Like this actually bounces. It can ricochet up to 3 times, and it does less damage with each ricochet. So it ricochets up to 3 times. So it could, if there's 2 people next to each other, the first person will get hit. One, like the first hit, second hit. Each one will get hit twice. No. Then it'll bounce back one more time. So if there's only 2 people, the first guy's going to get hit 3 times. Because it's the first hit, then the second hit, then the last hit of the ricochet. And then I guess you just do the math, 70, and then reduce it by 20% every hit. I was doing the math yesterday, and I was hurting my brain. I literally did the math on so much stuff to figure out all the changes. I did more math on the changes than anything. Liberty Rush, you push F and your character will dash forward, shield bash, and you do the damage going forward. Also, you can block. So by the way, so your right click is a block. This counts as the right click block. And then I'll show you this one just because I'm bringing that up. Your right click block can reflect projectiles, deflect them in random directions. But for some reason, when I watched the Iron Man one, it doesn't deflect it into a random direction. It deflected it right back at Iron Man. But if you see somebody deflect bullets, so when he's deflecting bullets, they just go randomly. So I don't know why, for some reason, the ultimates, when you get hit by them, you could deflect them straight at them. Or it's like deflects it within a vicinity randomly. But for some reason, every time I see somebody deflect an Iron Man, oh, dude, it's always going towards Iron Man. It's weird. It's like they count that one specifically as one that needs to be deflected towards the direction you're looking for some reason. But yeah, anytime they have a broken ult that it regards projectiles, boom, that counters it. Oh, Hawkeye. Hawkeye is an annoying character that everyone's hating on already because his ultimate is as anybody leaves like these like things behind them, like after images, and he can just shoot them and it'll do damage to you. And they last for 3 seconds. And I don't think they disappear off after getting hit one time. I think they literally can. No, they might disappear after one hit. I'm gonna have to watch the video again. But yeah, like he could shoot after images and like do damage to you. So even if each one takes one hit, he could just headshot the after him. Or no, you can't headshot him, but he can still do full body damage to each one and kill like a squishy in like probably 3 or 4 shots. You know what I mean? That's gonna be so annoying. It does 100% of the damage to that person. But with him, he just needs to run in front of where that guy's running from, whoever he's probably aiming at, and you're deflecting everything. You have a chance even deflecting and hit the random tank next to you or so. So that's why this character is really cool, and he's really good for dive. You have this thing where you sprint, leap up in the air, and then you have this thing where you can slam down like Venom when Venom swings. It's similar to that, where you just slam down. As long as you're in the air, you could use this ability. If you're not in the air, you cannot left click in the air. You have to be in the air for this. And now also, once this is on cooldown, you could just go up in the air and auto attack still. But if you're in the air, I think you have to be within a certain height. I don't think you could just like normally jump. Like you have to be off a jump pad or using this ability or like thrown in the air by an ability, something of that sort. Jumping off of a high ground that you're already on, like, you know, that type of stuff. And then he like, you could see the ground and you could just hit left click and then you'll like actually do that. I think that's everything. And then, yeah, I already showed you this. Okay, so we're going to move on. And then we'll go to Doctor Strange. Thank goodness they're all in a row for the most part. Doctor Strange is at 650 health. He was always at 650 health. He does not have a team-up passive. Hulk is the one that gives him the buffs. The things that change on him, I think his left click is still the same. Could be slight damage number changes. I'm not sure. I don't think it is, because when I look at this, it's 5 rounds in each left click, and he has 8 left clicks. So he throws. It's like there's like 5 pieces in the left click. It's like a shotgun blast in a sense, except it's like more like a slug, and each one will do 18. So you just got to do the math on that. 18 times 5. So he does 19 damage. And then, so that's 19 damage every single full left click you hit on someone. And then you have to think about his combo. So you think about his E, and his quick melee. Your quick melees are, I think, 40 damage. They're either 40 or 30, but let's go with 40 for the benefit of the doubt, because that's what I'm pretty sure it is. So let's go. Left click. Your E is 130 damage because you have a max of 100 energy. When you hit a 100 energy, you cap out, and you could give yourself anti-heal. Every time you quick melee as well, by the way, you get 10. So that's like the little bit easiest way to stack it up. Each hit of your left click also stacks up 3.5 each. So if you hit all of your entire left click, you'll get it up 3.5 times 5. 17.5. So you'll get 17.5 energy with a full left click hit, and you'll get 10 energy with this. This is exactly the same. The anti-heal, 3 seconds. It lasts on you for 2 seconds. If you don't get rid of your energy when you're max energy, it's a 3 second, and it explodes on you and gives you, it doesn't do any damage to you, but it just gives you anti-heal. Generally, you just want to instantly use this as soon as you get max energy, but you can kind of time it so that you could use it to help you get a kill. Because if you do a full left click with a 130 plus 95, that's 225 damage. You know what I mean? That's like you're 25 damage off. You're literally a quick melee. It's literally a full left click. It's just left click this at full plus a quick melee, and you literally kill pretty much every DPS in the game. Now there's like and healers, but there's some DPS and healers now at 275 HP, notably Mantis and Luna. They got survivability buffs. They got nerfs in their healing, but they got survivability buffs, so it's easier for them to stay alive, so they can still do that same amount of healing. And 275 puts them still out of the range by kind of decent bit, but I mean, you just go left click, explode, melee, left click, and you'll kill them. So as long as you're not freaking out and you don't have horrible aim, because you're pretty much you have to be melee range to hit the quick melee and the explosion anyways, you'll be good and you'll kill everybody in the game. If you're playing him and you stun everybody, your stun is 60 damage. Your ult is 60 damage. It stuns everybody in the radius for 3 seconds. And if you really want to, you could just hit the little ghost that pops out instead of the person's body. So you could literally, let's say you jump in there, you fly down from that, like you're gliding up in the air, because he has a glide ability. The glide hasn't changed. I think the cooldown got longer by like a second or two. But yeah, pretty much it works exactly the same. You fly up in the air, you glide in the air, and then when you're coming down, you're popping ulti. You hit them for 60 damage. You do your left click. You do your full combo. The full combo is what, 235. So you do 235 damage. Add the 90. That's 295 damage in one combo. You literally can kill everybody in the game. Literally everybody. Like, unless they somehow, and then that is accounting for the healing. So they're getting a heal in the moment. Maybe they have to heal over time from Mantis. Might need one more left click or one more quick melee in there. Maybe. But most of the time, you're killing people. I have literally gotten so many random triple kills and stuff like that. And I have a video on my channel playing him. Obviously, that video is from this first beta where he could do the quick melee glitch. But the animation cancel it and go crazy with it. You're like, left click, right click, left click. Yeah. Or left click, melee, left click. And it was like crazy fast. So you can't really do that. But yeah, it's not... It's still like generally the same game plan. And it's around the same TTK. I think this is now this was 1,000. I think it was it 1,200 in the first beta? Let's say it went from 1,000 to 800. It definitely went down in value. I think it was like 1,200 in the first beta, then it was like 1,000, and now it's 800, but I could be wrong. I think it was 1,000 in both betas, and now it's 800. Or maybe it went from 1,000 to 900 to now 800. I think it recovers the exact same. And then, oh yeah, when you're Gamma Maelstrom, when you have Hulk on your team, your E'd out permanently is now you don't get anti-healed at all. You don't have to worry about that at all. So it has no negative effect. And it does 140 at max instead of 130. So, and you have more time to actually get that max damage off in a time that you want it to go off, instead of like being forced to do it while reloading, and then by the time you left click again, they're healed. You don't have to worry about that. So playing like hopefully you have a Hulk that's actually really good at the game. If not, he's still good without it. Just like how Magneto is good without Scarlet Witch. You don't have to get the sword, and the sword got nerfed. I'll show you that later. So you don't like you didn't need them in the first place though. It just was a cool team ups are cool benefits most of the time. Sometimes are really insane. Captain America's, Storms is pretty crazy. Magic's got buffed. The Venom one that you get Venom to Penny Parker and Spider Man's crazy. Like a lot of them are kind of crazy, and some of them are pretty okay. Doctor Strange is just a solid okay. Like if you have it, cool. If you don't have it, whatever. You lose one. You lose instead of you lose 10 damage. You go from 130 to 140. Who cares? You know what I mean? Mainly it was just so you didn't have to gain anti heal. That's like the big thing. So you don't always have to worry about that. This guy benefits Rocket and Jeff. So he gets the 150. Anybody who gives a team up, always remember they give their base stat. So instead of being at 700, which is already the highest base health of any tank, he gets 150 extra. So he's at 850. It used to be 200. So all of these got nerfed except for Thor's. His unless Thor's was 150, now it's 100. But I'm pretty sure it was always 100. Like I'm pretty sure he was always a 600 health tank. After the buff. With this though, it's 850. Hey, I'll take 850. I mean, that's still the highest health tank in the game. So, and then he has his Ironwood Wall. This got nerfed in health. This used to for sure be 1000. I think they nerfed it into the second beta, and then they nerfed it again for sure because now it's only 700. You get up to 250 extra shielding though with it. And anytime you or your allies do damage to people while the wall is up and you're next to it, you're getting a shield. And yeah, this is very annoying. His left click's still the same. I think it's always done 70 damage. At least from my head and I'm thinking about it, it's always done a decent amount of damage. I think it's always been 70. The thing that definitely changed though, I think is his right click. I think the right click's damage got slightly buffed. Because usually most of the damage was coming from the spores exploding. And even then, like I would just hit a bare right click on someone, and I would do a decent bit of damage, but it wasn't like some crazy damage. Now, like because before you had to have the wall up, I feel like now you could do left click into right click into left click and almost kill any DPS in the game. Because that's 140 plus, let's say even 140 plus the 55 without even worrying about the seeds hitting, which the seeds are always gonna hit. Most of the time, you're hitting all seeds, if not like half of them. These are the extra damage right here. The seeds, you get 6 seeds in the explosion. So let's say you just get the 55 base damage. Left click, right click, left click, because that's you have to weave in the right click because there's a timer. You can only get an attack off every 0.7 seconds with this. Like if you literally were just sitting there spamming left click, like a little under a second every time. So in 1.4 seconds, you'll literally get 2 left clicks off. But to make up for that, for the damage in between, you're gonna right click as well. So when you right click, you're gonna do extra 55. That's 140 and 195 damage. I don't know why it took me forever. 195 damage. And let's say give it benefit of doubt, you hit 3 of the seeds. So let's say you only hit 3 of the seeds, that's an extra 30 damage. That's 225 damage. Now let's be realistic. You hit all the seeds, right? That's an extra 30 more damage. That's 255 damage. You literally did all of a DPS's health bar and left click, right click, left click. Okay, now let's be realistic, and you're doing this with your wall up, which is your shift wall, which is the wall that does damage. The wall that does damage has really long radius to hit, by the way. No damage fall off. Like, I was testing this. 15 meters is really long, by the way. Like, they could be a Groot laying down length away from the wall, and they're just getting smacked still. And it procs off any damage that you do. And his allies, actually. So this is not even counting, like, your allies shooting them. If they're walled in, you're probably screaming in voice chat to randoms or in your Discord, hit them, the wall. But, yeah, so let's say it's you by yourself. You left click, right click, left click. That's already, let's say full damage. That's 255 damage. Even though that full combo, you're getting 2 swings of this wall off. Let's say only 1 went off. That's 60 damage from the first left click. So you threw the wall up, you trapped them, and then while you could left click while that wall is going up pretty much, and that's how fast you could do it. So that's one hit. So let's add in just 60 damage to that. That's 305 damage. So that's accounting for healing. They're dying. Okay, so then add another 60 because that's how long it takes for the second hit to go off. The timer for this to proc again went off. So you hit them twice. So that's another 60 damage. That's 365 damage. You killed every DPS or healer in a game, whether they have self-healing or a healing on them from someone or even extra shielding. So even though they nerfed his survivability by giving him 50 less health with his passive, for giving other people the team up, and nerfing the Ironwood Wall's health, total health, so it's easier to kill, so it's easier to get out of or to get through to kill them. He still has so much damage that it doesn't matter. So just pretty much know that. Wooden wall near group will awaken, activating extra effect. Right click while building a wooden wall to continue building additional walls. Oh, okay. I think I did. Okay, this is. I feel like I've never seen this before, but I think this is. Yeah, this is pretty much like Fortnite auto build because you could literally make ramps with him. So I think that's all it's saying. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Furious Flora is melee attack. He's one of the few characters that have like a melee attack chain specific to him, and they knock people up at the end of it. He gets 3 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters. I think like Moon Knight is another one that he has like only 3 meters, but his also does a knock up. Pretty much that's it. Let's go on the next one. Hulk. Hulk is another character that ended up changing. His gamma boost is also only 150 health, so he only has 800. He used to get up to 900 health, him and Groot. So now they only have 800. Or he has 800, Groot has 850. Or I think he used to get, it's either used to get 900 or he had 850. I think he had 850. Because I'm pretty sure both him and Groot's was 200 extra health. The thing that for sure changed is, I think nothing else really changed on him. Maybe this got buffed by 10 damage, but I know the one thing that mainly changed on him is his lockdown ability. Is like thing that used to just not even stun you, it just put you in the nether realm and you couldn't get healed, you couldn't get targeted, you couldn't get damage, like nothing could happen to you. You couldn't get CC'd. Now it's the same effect. You're immune to all ability effects, and they're immobile. But the thing that could take you out of it early, and it lasts less time, so you'll think, oh, they nerfed the duration of it. That's lame. That's a nerf. No. One, it does 5 damage, so you can randomly kill someone or add in a little bit extra damage. I don't even know it did damage now. I think it always maybe did damage. But yeah, the main thing is that you can cancel it early as Hulk by knocking them out of it with your left click, which they will take the damage of your left click, or your right click. So, yeah, and damages, it says heavy blow and gamma burst can detect and damage irradiated enemies and prematurely remove the statues. So you could literally just do it to like kind of mess up their flow or take them out of an ability, make it so they couldn't get healed in that moment. Like if you see like a Luna and Snow coming over, you could just pop them in there and then preemptively right click them so they take the full right click damage and then left click them, or do left click into right click into whatever you want to do. Maybe left click, right click, left click, and then just do that. And you could burst them when the Luna Snow is trying to heal them. That's like the cool thing about Hulk now. I think everything else is the same. Like I don't even think they changed anything on him. I think maybe this got buffed too. I think they did buff the right click. I feel like the right click was never 125. I feel it was like 100 before, and then I feel like this one was like 60. Like I feel like, or it was like 65 damage. They pretty much tweak most numbers by like 10 or 5 damage, or 10 or 5 or 2 healing, or like really small number changes, but they do add up. Yeah, that's like the main change for him. We'll go on to the next one. Let's do Magneto here. I think he's the last one. Oh no, Penny Parker and oh yeah, Thor Venom. Yep. Okay, so Magneto 650 health, and he is not a team up character. He gains a team up, so he doesn't get any extra health. I think he was always 650. If not, he was always 650. His ultimate is I'm trying to see if the projectile deals no damage. The base damage of the center of his spell starts at 100 and increases to 300 when fully charged. Each point of energy adds an extra 3 points of damage to the spell field with damage reducing to 50% at a distance of 6 meters. So yeah, because it's you could eat up to 100. So obviously, if it was each point is 3 points, it's times 3 times 100 is 300. You have a meter as well. I never knew this till like halfway through the second beta because I never really paid attention to this because usually getting smacked by Hella in the first beta test and like almost getting 2-shot as a tank. But yes, you have a meter when you're going up in the air, and you could see the meter fill up. And as soon as you see it to get to like 95, throw it. If it's at 100, it's blowing up in your hands. It's too late. So if you get to like 95, throw it. Yes, it's not obviously not the full 300 damage, but it's literally impossible to throw afterwards. For each point of projectile damage absorbed, the power increases by 0.125 with a maximum absorption of 800 projectile damage. Oh, that's cool. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. Because I was like, only 300? I feel like I've done way more. I feel like I've one-shot tanks. And it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, okay, at maximum, at the 100 mark, you would do 300. Theoretically, you would do 300 plus 800 extra damage at max. It could eat 800 damage. So you would be able to throw an 1100 damage nuke at people. Because you could eat, like, a decent bit of damage. Okay, so you could eat a total of 800 damage. That's how fast, like, dude, a Punisher could instantly blow up your ult pretty much. That's how fast, that's how much damage he puts up, by the way. But yeah, so you could literally throw like a 300 or to like 800 damage nuke at like a Punisher. Unless it's only scaling up to 300. But I feel like I've one-shot tanks with this before. Like, I've literally thrown this at tank full HP, fully charged, and killed them. So, and like, I've thrown this at a Groot who has 900 damage. So I definitely feel like it scales higher than this. Oh yeah, so yeah. This is extra. Okay, yeah, so it is 1100. Because I was like, man, I've been one-shot and one-shotted people with this. And, yeah. I might have, like, overhealing and all. This is a shield with no HP bar. It literally just eats all damage. It's like a Sigma, Terminus, like whatever game you came from, Paladins, Overwatch, Terminus from Paladins, Sigma from Overwatch. They have like this shield that doesn't have a shield health, and it just eats all projectiles. He doesn't do anything to melee characters with this shield, by the way. I don't think any shields do, but yeah, that's pretty much just letting you know. But it could literally, like, you could jump in front of an Iron Man ulting and just eat it and nothing happens. And also, there's a meter to it. There's an energy meter, 100 energy. And once you run out of energy, you can't proc the shield. You can proc it, but it only lasts like a quarter of a second instead of, like, the full time of the energy cost, obviously. And in that quarter of a second, or like half second that you threw it up, just know that if you timed it right, like, you could eat like an ultimate real quick. Like, because people will time it and go, okay, he held a shield for a while, he should be out of shield. Okay, and then you throw your ultimate. And then he just, like, at the last moment it's about to proc, just turns around, flicks, and like, eats it with his shield. I've done that plenty of times, so just know you could do that. Metal Bulwark. This is his bubble. These are his 2 bubbles. One's for himself, one's for an ally. So this is for the ally, this is for himself. They're exactly the same thing. They exactly have the same amount of stuff. One just throws on someone, one is for yourself. 2.5 second duration. Shield value is at 300. I think you're immune to CC in it. Like, I think you can't be CC'd as well. The shield grants 1 charge of Iron Ring. Oh yeah. And Iron Ring is for your right click. It says Iron Ring's first charge deals 40 damage, the second charge deals 65 damage, and the third charge deals 90 damage. No cooldown, but the ability can be activated when the Iron Ring has at least 1 charge. Wait. Really? Was it always like that? Can't this charge it? Wait. Let me look back at this. Actually, I skipped this. What the heck? I skipped his left click, which is like a big thing. Fire a volley of magnetic orbs forward. The range of resulting explosion is increased depending on distance flown. Single cast with a delayed impact. 10 charges. I feel like he had no ammo before. Why does it say 10 charges? Initially, it produces a spell field 1 meter of his radius. Blah, blah. Okay, damage 35. The spell field is 40 at its center, reducing to 50%. Okay, so also just know for anybody that sees this, when you guys go to the website, you see projectile damage is 35 and spell field is 40. The spell field is AoE damage. So every projectile, if it says specifically this projectile does no damage, anything after that is just AoE damage. They'll literally just say damage, but that means it's doing AoE damage. But yeah. This is the projectile damage, or just getting hit by the projectile of his left click is 35 damage. Then there's that little visual explosion at the end that sometimes you'll actually shoot at the ground and hit people with. That is 40. So if you're specifically like shooting the floor, you can still do damage to them. You could literally be terrible at the game, shoot the floor and hit them, and they'll do 40 damage. Or obviously scaling down up to only 20 damage if it's too far. 3 meters is pretty much nothing. Like it's literally like you barely miss and you're doing only 20 damage. But if you hit them direct on, it's 75 damage a shot. So, and I thought this charged his meter a little bit, but I guess not. It's only your bubbles. And your full bubble can give you 100. And I think you can have up to... Oh, never mind. A bubble gives you up to 3 rings. So if they shoot the entire bubble, they give you 3 rings. Wait a minute. So you literally can like... bubble someone else, right click, left click, right click, left click, shoot yourself, bubble, left click, right click, left click, right click. Like you can literally spam it. I swear this had a cooldown. Wait, I'm gonna have to look up a video, dude. I really wish they had videos here showcasing stuff because like that definitely had a cooldown before. Like I swear this had like a 6-second cooldown. And I know, yeah, it did because you could use this regardless. Now you have to have the stacks to even do 40 damage. Like if you didn't use your bubble, you can't use your right click. Okay, I found a change that I did not notice the first time I went through this. Whoa, that's crazy. But that's cool. So you could literally, in a sense, just spam your right click if you wanted to. And if you just spammed your right click while they're shooting your bubble, theoretically, you could do more damage than if you just waited for all 3 charges to be hit. Because it would do 120. Or you do 90. And you'll do 180 if both bubbles take the full damage. If you waited for all 3 charges to go, that's 180. Or if you were spamming, you would get 40. Perfectly, you would get 120 plus 120, which is 240 damage just off right click spamming. Wait. He became even better because of that. I mean, obviously now he's not brain dead and it takes actual skill to play this character, but he's actually insane. They made him better. They nerfed his sword ability, but they made him better with this. And then he also glide as well. Metallic Fusion is a sword. It now only does 85 damage. Your main left click does 75 and this does 85. So it only does 10 more damage than your normal left click. It used to do like 120, bro. Like it used to be a lot of damage. Like I would hit somebody for almost half of their health bar. So imagine now just 3 hitting a squishy with ease. Now you have to take into account like actually mixing in right clicks and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is still like a really good, it literally is just a giant swing. I mean, it's super hard to miss and it cleaves a little bit. So, I mean, this is still like a good thing. Like if you have a Scarlet Witch in your team, it's still really good. And now I learned that Scarlet Witch also does max health damage. So she's an actual like good character. Man, like I don't see like a point not to use her, and I don't see that being like a bad thing. I mean, it's definitely nerfed, but it's not brain dead before. Like that was done before. Like you would literally, I would get pentakills with it. I literally, it was literally a walking ultimate. Like screw my normal ultimate. That thing was better than my ultimate before. And that's not how it should be. Team up should not be better than a literal ultimate. All right, so let's move on to Penny Parker, 650 health. She does not have the team up, but I'm gonna show you guys this now. Her webs got buffed. Her webs now give 150 base health, bro. I literally watched this on a VOD last night and asked people who are Penny one tricks, because I played a lot of Penny. I literally like in the test, but not that much. Because I actually like her character. Like after they added her to Spider-Verse, I was like, wait, this character is so interesting. They didn't have comics for her and stuff. Dude, 150 because anime Spider-Man. 150 up to 150 health because it heals 25 a second. And by the way, I feel like it was only like 20 a second before. Like I felt like it was so I literally would not feel the healing. Now it's 25 a second. And if you're just sitting there preemptively waiting, setting up mines and stuff for people, or even mid-fight and your healer's like healing you while you're fighting, and imagine like you're getting to full health and every time your thing procs and heals you, it's giving you extra just like health or extra shield. So it's like in a sense like figurative damage reduction, because you're like randomly soaking up an extra 25 damage, 25 damage, 25 damage. And then if it's not giving you shield, it's healing you. And then your healer's healing you. So you're actually able to stay in the fight longer preemptively with 150 extra health. So she in a sense has a passive. She goes from 650 to 800 or health. So initially she's going to fight you with 800 health, and it doesn't go away. It's permanent shield. It lasts. This could last, if you never get hit for the rest of the game, you will literally have 800 health for the whole game. But yeah, obviously you're gonna get hit. But yeah, she literally has like, she might be one of the tankiest tanks now, because she literally is gonna always have like extra shielding, because she's always like, I always at mid fight even full HP sometimes, because I'm like bobbing and weaving, running on the wall, jumping off, boom, zipping to the wall. When I do that, also it puts a web, so then I'm healing as soon as I touch it. And then like doing all this stuff and playing in my mind. When you put your nest down, when you put your nest down, it shoots webs everywhere. Your ulti is shooting webs where you're running, or like behind you. So then you can like run back in them and like kite in it. So, and then like your ulti gives you a giant health. Like imagine you started a fight by popping ulti, right? You're in your web domain with your this thing. You grapple towards them, right, and then pop ulti. Right, so you have your initial shield, then you grapple towards them, so you're still in your heal just in case they shoot it a little bit, and then you pop ulti, which then gives you now 100 extra. Wait, where is it? 100 extra. There it is. 100 extra bonus health. I watched my video back in slow mo in the slowest speed I could. I gained around 350 health. I'm at 450 bonus health now. And the movement speed is 70%. They buffed every character that has movement speed. Either they give it or have it as a like their ability or passive. Like Mantis and Luna's passive movement speeds got buffed. The Shark's movement speed got buffed on his bubbles to give people or himself movement speed. And now her movement speed got buffed. So like, dude, this is crazy. It's about to be a wild game. This got buffed. I think her sweep damage actually got buffed. I think it was 50 damage before. Now it's 60, which is obviously you think in your head it's only 10 damage, but that goes, instead of 50, 100, 150, 200, it's 60, 120, 180, 240. You know, so let's say 3 hits. That's 180. That's 30 more damage they would have been in the same amount of swings. That adds up, dude. Because you could literally hold left click and right click at the same time, and you're shooting mines out that do 100 damage each, by the way. And they pretty much instantly proc and explode, while also hitting them for 60 damage over and over again. And as long as you're playing it right, you can kind of kite them into corners like Winston when he's ulting. And you're tankier in it, and if you pop this smartly, like you had your healer pocket, even if you're at half health and you had your healer pocket you while you're in the webs initially, anyways, so you're healing a bunch. The overshield from this is keeping you at the max health threshold long enough for you to constantly be pumping these shields. So even when this is draining out, like your shield from ult, this is gonna keep constantly coming back up and up and up and up. So now she was one of the least tankiest tank, bar none, and now she's probably one of the like top 2 tankiest tanks now. So she is definitely gonna go up in stonks a lot. Also, your stun that you have a 3-second cooldown on is shooting webs. Your movement is shooting webs. Your thing is shooting webs, and your ult is shooting the webs. So you have a lot of things that can give you the webs. Also, if you have Venom on your team, who's really good as a partner for her, because she's a kind of divey tank that can also play range. She gets 50% damage reduction from the ability and does 250 damage from the initial explosion and the damage over time that it keeps proccing. And each time it procs, it does a knockback as well, like a slight knockback. So that's crazy. So you could either use it to run away or dive in. So that's more survivability for her that she always needed anyways. And then, which I think she always had the damage reduction anyways. It's just now cool with the shield. But her left click I swear is faster, bro. I watched a video and I was like, okay, I know they doubled it in the from the first test to the second test. They said they straight doubled it, but I don't think it was 3.33 rounds a second. Like that literally is bang, 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 bang. When I watched it, it was like bang, 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 bang. Like, which is still fast, but it was not like bang, 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 you know? Like that's fast. Like 3.33 rounds a second, and each round does 30 damage. So you're doing so in 3 seconds, you have shot 10 rounds because obviously math, they'll go out to like 9.99. I mean, like the 1.01 millisecond, who cares? It's a whole nother second. Like, in a sense, like by the time that third second goes off, like you've already done another round by then, and boom, you freaking got another 10 rounds off. So 10 times 30 is 300 damage. You're doing a 300 effective damage. Obviously, there's like damage reductions, heals, shields, who knows. So, you know, it gets mitigated a little bit, but it's definitely way more than what she was working with. I think this definitely got buffed by 10 overall damage. Like, I think it was 10 and 10. Now it's 15 and 15. So, like I said before, the other thing, it adds up. And then your mines do 100 damage. I think these are unchanged. I think mines are the only good thing about her kit other than her stun. Her ulti was terrible. This thing was good because it spread your mines easier. But yeah. Also, or no, these spider drones are separate from the mines you throw in them. Oh. I thought it always just shot your mines out. That's how I always thought it was cool. But they're literally 40 damage drones. Oh, and you get 2 drones every 3 seconds. But you could throw your mines in the webs, and when you're in the webs, they conceal. I don't think they can still get blown up, but it's just harder to see them. And so when they run in there, like, just imagine, all right, it shoots 2 drones out, and they ran into the web when there's a mine on top of the drones that you just saw come out. So let's say that's 180 effective damage, but just that first initial thing, and then you're left clicking them, and then you're right clicking them, and the right click does it do damage? 5 damage. Not a lot of damage, but it adds up. But yeah, that's Penny. She got big buffs. That's literally all I could ask for. If somehow she's still bad, bro, scrap the whole character, bro, because those are huge buffs. He has 600. Let's go to Thor. He has 600 effective health because of the base stats plus the 100. And he gives buffs to Storm and Captain America. Captain America, Thor is such a good combo. I don't see why you wouldn't, because Thor needs another tank that can be aggro with him, and he needs somebody who could be like kind of that main tank. Captain America isn't like a true main tank. He's like an aggro main tank. Like he's like a Winston. Like he can be a solo tank, but it's better to have another tank with him still, so he could do all the aggro stuff that he needs to do and run people down. But that's all Thor needs. He just needs somebody to get in the mix and distract people for him so that he could do insane damage. Before, all it was is Awakening Rune, which I don't even think got nerfed or buffed. I think it literally is the exact same. It lasts for 5 seconds, and you could throw out a left click. You could throw out 3 left clicks. Or it says the first 3 stages last for 0.4 seconds each, and the 4th stage is 0.8 seconds. I don't know what that means. I think it's as fast as you could swing your hammer. But this is 0.6 seconds. But I think it is as fast as you could swing your hammer. So let's say you're swinging every 0.6 seconds. I feel like it's faster, dude, because I swear it's like, I'll be like, swing, 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 swing. Like, I think that's how it is. Like, it's like fast, 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 slow. Fast, 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 slow. But just know it's a lot of damage. It's literally 100 a swing. This was always like the broken thing about him. Everything else was like just okay. His dash is really good. It does a knockback and a slight stun. It doesn't say anything about a stun here, but I've taken people out of ultimates before. And some people get their ultimates off no matter what. But sometimes I'll knock people out of their ult or out of the projectile they're about to throw. Out of their channel effect and all that. But also I don't think they buffed his damage on his left click, but I think they buffed the damage on his hammer throw. This definitely did not do 100 damage. I swear it didn't. It did like 80, which is still a lot of damage, but it definitely did not do 100 damage. So now if you do just left click, right click, you would do 145 damage. But now this is the combo. It was left click, left click, dash, left click, lightning realm. And obviously these two would take the 2 charges, and this, even if it was only one person, you would still get the charges back from left clicking, and you get the charges back from popping lightning realm on people. You get Thor Force back from left clicking, and you get Thor Force back from lightning realm. So yeah. Oh yeah, and it gives you 1 Thor Force back anyways. So you get a Thor Force from your left click, and you get a Thor Force back from this, and so you have full Thor Force again. So you can literally one shot a squishy and then pop lightning awakening rune, and then you get a bunch of shield from this, and then you just kill someone. But like, I'll show you the damage on this. So I think it's like 275 damage. Or let's just say it out loud again. So it's 45 damage, 100 damage, 45 damage, 40 damage. Like, because you're not charging it. 45 damage, 40 damage. So let's do the math. 45 times 3 is 90. Oh, wait, no. Oh, it's 135. All right. So then you have to add in the 100 damage. That's 235 because it's 100 damage from the hammer throw. You have to add in the 40 damage from the dash. That's 275. You have to add in the 40 damage from the lightning realm. That's at 315 damage. Your literal combo that I've done numerous times in the second beta, numerous times to never fail to do that combo. Would do 315 damage. And it's literally animation canceling. It's so easy. It's literally as fast as left click, right click. That's how fast you could do it. Every character can animation cancel in this game for the most part, unless they purposely made it so you couldn't. But Captain America and Thor could animation cancel. So it's literally left click, left click, dash. Left click, lightning realm. If you don't add in the extra left click, you're missing 45 damage, which is still fine. You can literally do left click, left click, dash, lightning realm. If you want to make it easier on you, just as less left clicks to think about. That's 45 less damage, so let's minus 45 from this one time. That's still 270 damage. You have killed every single character in the game. I think these guys are at 275. So, I mean, I don't know why you would literally have to melee one more time anyways. So you might as well just learn the combo. But, I mean, if you somehow just messed up in the moment, you're tired, who cares? You still did 270 damage. Yeah. Even if you missed some random stuff in the combo, who cares? You are just doing crazy damage, regardless of the situation. You put my phone on Do Not Disturb. All right, so we're going to move on to Venom. 650 health. And he's the one that gives the benefits to the other 2 characters, Spider-Man and Penny Parker. I was going to say Spider-Gwen, Penny Parker. It is 150 extra health, so he has an 800 effective health. He has a 6 movement speed. I think every tank so far has 6 movement speed. Let me look at Groot. He might be the one that's like the slowest. Yeah, every tank is exactly 6 movement speed. I think every character in the game is 6. Except for like the flanky melees and shit. Yeah, 7 meters. Okay, so yeah, there's only like him, Psylocke. Oh no, even Psylocke. I think only melee characters or melee DPS are the ones that actually get that. And then I think Mantis. Oh, even Mantis. Oh, she has the passive one anyway, so it doesn't matter. She gets the same move speed without that. But yeah, his left click I think is exactly the same. I think it got nerfed. I think the damage on this got nerfed by like 5 or 10. I don't think it was 20. That means you would do 80 in total because it's 4 tendrils that hit in one left click. But yeah, just know it's one left click is doing 80 damage. And you could do one at pretty much every second. And you can headshot with it, by the way, so that adds in the damage. Usually you get like 1 headshot in that left click. So one of your tendrils is hitting a heady. A heady is 50 extra. It is 50% of the damage added on. It's not 2 times like other games. So you're only doing 30 damage with that. So if you would effectively can do 120 damage if you hit all headshots with each tendril. So effectively, if you just did a left click and each one is a headshot, and then you did that twice over, you're doing 240 damage without doing any other ability. But that's really unrealistic because this thing is way too hard to hit half the time. If you're at the perfect distance and you're really good tracking, you're really good. for like the little like the 0.4 seconds that it takes like to kind of keep on target the whole time, then you will do that damage. It's just way too hard to do that consistently. Most of the time you're hitting 1 or 2 headshots. But even if it's like 2 headshots, that's 60 plus 40, that's 100 damage. Even if you only hit 1, that's 30 plus 60, which is 90 damage. So, but realistic, you're not hitting all 4 of as headshots every single time you hit the button. Obviously, that's the ideal thing to do, but yeah. His ulti is now inflict equal damage equal to 50% of the target's health and an additional 40 damage. I swear this was just like do a lot of base damage because I don't remember this being current health. Or if this was current health, it was not this much current health. 50% of their health bar, no matter what, like whatever their current health bar is, half that. So if they're at full HP and you hit a group, he goes from 850 to 425. That's a lot of damage. No, wait. Add in 40. Forgot about that. Extra 40. So I think that's why they did that, because it's not just 50% of their max health, it's 50% of their current health. So to alleviate that when they're at low health, to add in that extra like, oh, I can kill them now factor, is it does a 40 extra damage. So let's say like you hit Groot, that's 425 damage. Add in the 40, that's 465 damage. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot better for him. And then all the damage converts into his bonus health. So if you hit a whole team, you started the fight, you swung in, slammed, knocked them up, and then you did the thing. Or if you just instantly started a fight with it, which might be better. But, I mean, because I think, where is it? Is it F? Here it is. So you have to be in the air for this. You could just jump up in the air. I don't think you have to be a certain height. Oh, minimum distance is 3 meters in the air. So you could jump off like a box or something and do it. But yeah, usually you're slamming in and you're doing 65 damage with a damage fall strike. So let's say you're doing 65 damage and then you do that into this. You would still do like whatever their health bar is afterwards, half of that plus 40. So you literally could like, and then you get all that extra health and you just left click real quick. Or you slam down, right click, go under the ground. That right click is still like stuck to them, by the way, while you're underground, and then it'll proc and explode and do the slow. They're slowed and stuff. They're slowed while it's applied to them, and then it'll after 3 seconds it'll explode. I think this changed because I swear it used to do damage over time. If not, maybe it was always this, but I feel like it was changed because now it does when it explodes after 3 seconds. Being next to him, it's doing 85 damage. Or, okay, so no, it does 5 damage when it first hits him. So you actually can randomly kill him, lucky enough, on the first use. Then it does 80 when it explodes. Or I guess if they just run away immediately, it does 5 damage. I'm not really understanding of that one. I'm trying to look at his other stuff. I think everything else is the same. Oh, wait. I think this changed. I think I swear it used to be like 140% of his freaking lost health or something. This actually might be the exact same. I think it's his cooldown. I think the cooldown got nerfed by a lot. I think it used to only be like 5 seconds. Because you used to be able to swing, go in, slam, do your thing, pop that immediately, and then have it again before you need to leave. Or like you'd use it, leave, and then come back in really fast. Like, let's see the cooldown on this. 8 seconds. This was for sure nerfed. This used to be 10 seconds, I swear. Because by the time you leap in again, you're able to pop it again. 15 seconds is a long time. There's no way. I would have definitely noticed that. You could totally die in 15 seconds. Which is good. I think it needed to be nerfed. It was either 10 seconds or 12 seconds, but it was definitely lower than this. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys all the changes. I hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe for more. I'm going to be doing the damage characters next and then the healer characters. But yeah, I just want to show you guys the tanks. I played the tanks the most, so it's easier for me to see all the different changes. I played the healers probably the second most. I played the damages the least. But I could pretty much understand the different changes. I already talked to people in the Discord who play different characters and stuff. So yeah, hope you see you guys around on the next one, and peace.